So look, it's interesting. All offseason, the Niners are talking about this offseason is different. No drama. Drama-free. The last few years, there's always been some drama, whether it was a contract thing or a quarterback controversy. This offseason, you got your quarterback signed. You got your tight end and middle linebacker signed. No drama. But, I mean, your number one cornerback just got arrested. Your number one wide receiver keeps posting weird things in his YouTube community posts, which are kind of supposed to be hidden, but we found him.
Yeah.
Second round pick isn't signed. You sold part of your team. You're investing in other sports, in other continents. You're sitting on $46 million in cap space.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to tell us that this is a drama-free offseason. I don't know. I feel like there's some drama there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a team that has drama-free off seasons. I think everyone's got a little drama. And I think for the Niners, this is pretty low maintenance because the second round draft pick thing, you'll just chalk it up to, well, everyone's dealing with it, right? So everyone's dealing with it. Demo's arrest, that one is spicy. But in my opinion, it seems from the story, it seems like a wash. I think the biggest thing for them is just still dealing with this BA. Still dealing with this BS. Hey, I like that. Still dealing with Babs. Dude, that's my biggest issue is it seems I'm almost at the point where it's like, bro, just see if someone will take him for a 6th, 7th rounder. Just let's move forward with some no drama and some low maintenance. And again, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like the cap space situation is a midseason thing. I think they're going to save it for the midseason because I think there will be more in the know of what's going on with us. So they know if they need a shed or because we do have some heavy cap hits next year and the year following too. So I know
I have a tinfoil hat theory.
Okay.
I have a tinfoil hat theory. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, and download the app now.
Okay.
So the Niners, I feel like they're trying to get all their affairs in order. Like they're trying to get everything nice and tidy, almost like they're renovating their house. You know what I mean? We gotta renovate the kitchen real quick. We gotta get it all looking nice. We gotta make it the garden. I mean, we got our franchise quarterback signed. We're not going to spend too much. We're not going to bring on outside free agents. We want our stadium, our roster to be intact so we can sell the team. I mean, look, all I see is that they're owning less and less of the 49ers while they're owning more and more of other teams. And I wonder if eventually they're going to own 75% of the 49ers or 51% of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Where is this going? They seem to be so interested in soccer because, one, it's a bigger sport globally. Two, there are more soccer fans than football fans. Three, there's more growth potential with their soccer teams considering they've kind of tapped out the 49ers financially unless they can win a Super Bowl, which they've shown they don't know how to do.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see it, but again, if you asked me this time last year, I would say I can't see the Lakers ever being sold either.
I mean, you think about these NFL teams are just cash cows, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're also expensive to operate. The salary cap keeps going up. I mean, you think they feel good about all the money they spent on Brandon Ayuk? I think they look at the future and think there's going to be more and more of these contracts they're going to have to give out, fully guaranteed contracts to players who are 24, 25. And I don't know if they have the stomach for it. I mean, I wonder if the Yorks are going to own this team in 10 years. I don't know. Tinfoil hat.
Yeah. I'm with you. Again, if you asked me 3 months ago if the Lakers would ever sell, if the Buss family would ever sell the Lakers, I'd say you're out of your mind. It's like owning gold. There's no point in selling it. It's just going to raise in value. But then you see they sell the majority shares. So I could totally see them doing that. I'm curious, why don't the Niners, I feel like Niners have a strong enough fan base. Why don't they do what the Packers do and just sell a portion of shares to fans? I think that is the coolest thing ever.
It is cool.
I would totally be down to buy.
I mean, It seems to me like the financial vision of the 49ers is Parag Marathe. And it seems like he has a lot more power over soccer than he does over football. And he's a lot more
Why?
interested over because the people who run football are John and Kyle.
Okay.
Parag used to have a lot of say over football, but he didn't have any success. And I think part of the conditions of getting Kyle Shanahan was what one, he could pick his GM, and
For
two,
sure.
Parag was not going to tell him what to do, and he would
Yeah.
not meddle in football. So he gets to go run soccer. And now it seems like the Yorks,
Why do the
8,
Yorks
9 years
love
later
Parag
are
though so
really into
much?
soccer
Why are we so obsessed with Parag?
because he's been in the organization longer than Jed. He's the star in the front office of the parents. I mean, the dad found him at Stanford in like 2001. He holds a lot of sway with
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like again, you never know. Like it always like the Lakers thing has completely made me like so because I could see it. Why not? I mean, and I wouldn't hate it, if we got an owner like the Lakers just got who's someone willing to spend a ton of cash. Um, but I,
I mean,
I
the
don't
team
know.
is worth almost $9 billion.
Dude, please just sell some to the
Sell the
fans.
team, dude. And
Sell
again,
shares to us,
you
please.
just sold 6% of it. You just sold about 6% of it, and you're not spending $46 million in cap space. Sell the rest. Sell the rest to someone who will spend the cap space, man. Because it seems to me that let's look at where the NFL is going. It's becoming a very a league of teams that are going to have to be giving out multiple contracts in offseason that
Mhm.
are in excess of $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
What's it going to be in 5 years, 10 years? I mean, how much is a quarterback going to be worth, going to get paid in 10 years? $1 billion? Is he going to
Dude,
get a
get us
10-year $1 billion contract? Is he going to get $100 million? In like 5 to 10 years, a quarterback's going to get $100 million a year. Are the Yorks ready for that?
dude, give us one of those like oil princes as our owner that's just willing to just shove cash. That'd be so sick if we got like the live golf owner. Oh my gosh, that'd be
I
awesome.
wonder if the future of like sports ownership in the NFL is just billionaire corporations owning these teams. And is that
Dude,
good? I don't know. I
I
think
don't know.
the Yorks not owning the team would be good though. I'd be in favor of that.
I would be in favor of that. I don't think the Yorks know what they're doing. I feel like that like you can say what you want about the
I feel
teams
like
and
they've brought
Kyle
the
and
Niners as
John,
far
but
as they can bring them. Like they've increased the value of the franchise. They got a new stadium in the wrong location. They got to
the
this.
stadium sucks too. Levi's
Yeah,
sucks.
it's in the wrong spot and it's not that nice. At least it's outdoor. It has grass, but no, it's not a good stadium at all. They got to the Super Bowl 3 times. They couldn't deliver a Lombardi trophy. I don't think they're going to do better than they've done.
Yeah, again,
I
like
think their calling is in Europe. I think they need to fully embrace soccer. I love it, man.
yeah, I mean
Sell more of the 49ers. Buy more soccer teams. That's the move. That's where you're going to make your
yeah,
money.
sell to one of those ownership groups of like, and
One more point.
put some players on there like Patrick Willis and Frank Gore. Not Joe Montana though. He seems kind of off his rock. He thought we should pay Purdy, so don't put him on the ownership.
Here's the question with the Yorks. What do they care about? What most drives them? Not what do they care about? What most drives them? Winning a Super Bowl or making money?
Dude, I don't know because they have seemed really committed to trying to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They've spent a lot.
What are they most committed to, in your opinion? Winning a Super Bowl or making money? Maybe that's a tough answer.
That is a tough answer for me because they have spent record money on this team. Like they really have tried, and I don't want to poop on.
Well, you got to
too
spend
much.
money to make money.
No, I agree, and I think, but they really have like they put way more money into this team than they ever did for Harbaugh, and his teams, in my opinion, showed way more promise.
Because to me, if they cared more about winning a Super Bowl than making money, they'd spend the cap space. If they cared more about making money than winning a Super Bowl, then they might be more interested in soccer because I feel like,
Okay, but
they've kind
sure.
of bought low. The Rangers are a team that has a lot of fans in Scotland, but hasn't won much. I think they bought low on that one. With
Okay,
Leeds, that's a team that used to be great. They bought low. They feel like those teams could explode if they become good, if they're good for 2 years, that all of a sudden this sleeping giant of a fan base erupts and buys merch.
Okay,
That you know, like there's growth opportunity.
so if we follow this line, what more could they have spent on this offseason? Like that's my thing when we talk about like the Niners should have spent. There's not really anyone I would have been happy they went out and just
Dude,
been like,
Lenore got arrested today. What about
yeah,
Jalen Ramsey? He's available. He's expensive. The Niners can
he's
afford him.
31.
So what?
Would you really
Richard
want them
Sherman
to
was 31 on the 49ers.
and he got cooked by Sammy Watkins. He got
Well, Jalen Ramsey's better than Richard Sherman was. Jalen Ramsey
like,
hasn't popped his Achilles. And Sherman had a good year that year. I think he went to a Pro Bowl.
But here's my thing. What
He did
would we
get
have to
cooked by
trade?
Richard.
We don't have much. Like, if we get rid of draft picks, do I think that's smart for the future of this team? No. Why would we give up?
Who's better, Jalen Ramsey or Trey Brown?
I mean, right this second is Jalen Ramsey.
Right, and it's not our money.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because what if Jalen Ramsey doesn't want to go to San Francisco?
They could have re-signed Dre Greenlaw. They could have signed an offensive lineman.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm glad
if they
about
knew they were going to
not-
have $46 million in cap space. There was a time and a place they could have signed people.
Sure, but okay, Dahlman, is he really worth that amount of money? That's a lot of money for a center. I don't know.
Again, it's not my money, man. I think the York should absolutely have to spend more, like spend the money. Like
I think, like
I don't want
yes,
you dumpster diving and find a good efficiency.
I
Spend the
think
money.
Jalen Ramsey, but here's the thing though, is if the trade is right, I think Jalen Ramsey would be good. But if they're asking, like if the Dolphins are asking for like a second round pick, I'm not trading for Jalen Ramsey.
No, they're asking for you to take his contract. I bet you can get him for a 6th or a 5th round pick.
Let me see. What is Jalen Ramsey's contract anyways?
It's more than
Like,
$20 million.
How long does this have? How long does this thing? Because we have a lot of cap hits next year, which we have to. Oh my God, no way, dude. This is until he's 34 years old, and his cap hits just go. No way, you want us to pay for that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we pay for that? We have corners
Because you're trying to win a Super Bowl, and your core is old. He's the same age as Kittle.
Yeah, but it's easier to replace a tight end than it is a corner. And Kittle's being paid like corner shelf life is a lot less.
You could play. He's one of these corners who could go play safety in his later years, like Charles Woodson.
Like, okay, I think they should sign Justin Simmons to like a year deal, 2-year deal, and
I love that too.
I would
love
give
that
him,
too.
$12 million or 2-year, 24, fully guaranteed to play safety for us. Like
That'd be much more cost effective, and he's the same age. I like that deal.
Yeah, like
I
would
a no-brainer.
totally do that, but
I could do both. But yeah, Justin Simmons like today.
But like, what if?
Also, a defensive lineman in case Alfred Collins never signs.
But
you know who they should trade for? I got a name. Roll with me on this one.
Okay.
Defensive tackle. I think he'd be a great fit in the Niners defense. Kind of tall. Got a good swim move.
You know who? Roll with me.
DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
I think he's just what they're looking for, man.
I would love DeForest
you
Buckner.
put DeForest. Can you imagine DeForest Buckner next to Nick Bosa? Can you just try to picture that? I think it would be great.
I still can't believe we kept Armstead. I still remember that day, and then I saw Armstead's contract. I was like, we just said no to him getting the contract.
I mean, they got rid of Buckner because he wanted like $21 million a year, and they're like, we'll offer you 19. That sounds so quaint. Like now these players are getting $40 million a year. And you like, oh.
So but see, that's what I'm saying though, is this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to go midseason, right? So say the Colts suck. Niners are doing great. I could see them be like, all right, let's trade for Jalen Ramsey and DeForest Buckner and really try and put us over.
Why would the Colts suck though? They have Daniel Jones.
Exactly why the Colts would suck. And Shane Steichen seems like buns. I'm not going to lie. This dude seems like he is cooked.
Yeah, it turns out that the real genius mastermind over there in Philly,
Nick Sirianni.
All along.
Maybe that's going to be Dan Kelly. Just kidding. Caleb Williams, 5,050 touchdowns.
Yeah.